Good morning, lovely green and lovely emerald classes. Here we are, we're going to do history. It's a history lesson based on ancient Greek theatres. Now, this is a real ancient Greek theatre and it's still, you know, thousands of years later in existence. You can go and visit. Now, you can see that this person down here is a tiny little dot, is in front of the stage. This is the sort of staging where the actors would be, and all these little rows here are all where the audience would be, and they come right the way around in this sort of semicircle. And then this would have been a building. It's down to ruins because it's so old, and this would have been the background and the backdrop. Now there would have been up to 10 to 15,000 people going to watch some of the plays, and that is a huge number even by today's standards. You can see we've got it's definitely in Greece, because you've got these amazing mountains and stuff all behind, and it looks fantastic. So we've got to move on. We're going to understand the importance of theatre in ancient Greece, and how it influences us today. We've got the fact that this was a favourite type of entertainment in ancient Greece, the theatre. It began as a festival to the god Dionysus, and we know him as the god of wine and theatre, and he was the one that Ariadne prayed to when Theseus left her on Naxos. Do you remember that one? So he pops up every now and again. This little character, this little god. He's quite a cheek. He's always shown as quite a bit of a cheeky one. I quite like him. And this festival to him became a big part of Greek culture, and even today it has a massive influence on things like our television, our theatre, our films. Just pantomimes, plays, you name it. It usually has a thread back to ancient Greece. And here's one of these amazing, it's a mosaic here, but it's showing a super scary, weird face. We're going to come to more of that in a minute. So I've already said that they were built for huge audiences. The actors performed at the centre, so this round circle that I was talking about is called the orchestra, and we now know that, use that word, as an orchestra of usually of excuse me, of musicians that come together and play together, and usually in the same sort of position as that orchestra in the theatre. Okay, so even that has a pathway back to ancient Greece. They were excuse me, they were open air, but they had this bowl shape so that the actors' voices would carry an echo all the way to the back. The seats rose up so everybody could see, so you weren't level with somebody else, you were over the top of them, and that's why they were positioned that way, so that they rose up. There were lots of different actors and no actresses, all male, but there were different types of plays. There were comedies, so it's funny ones. There were tragedies, and we've known that in our myths. There's a lot of tragic stories being told, with Icarus dying, falling into the sea, and who's Theseus' father that flung himself off the cliff? Can't think of his name, it's gone out of my head. It'll come back to me. And then satire. Now satire is one where you're poking fun at people. Okay, now you could do that at your leaders that were running your city state or your local village or town, but you would never ever do that with your gods, because you would be too frightened of the payback from a god. You want to keep the gods on your side in ancient Greece. Music was played with a small lyre, which is a stringed instrument, a little bit like a small harp, and a flute, so that would give a little bit more depth to performances, and masks were worn, so you had your face covered, and that would be really useful because then you could play lots of different characters. Also, could show different expressions on faces. And we're going to come to that because today, after you've done a certain task, your second task is to create a mask with a different expression on it. You might want to put frown or sadness or a grin, like this one for a comedy and this one for a tragedy. Okay. And they would have padded clothes on the actors so that they would be made to be look large so that everybody could see them from the back. So you can imagine these masks, huge padded clothes, big booming voices, probably quite different to the plays as we know them. So the building behind the orchestra was called the Skene. Now, when we go to a theatre, or if you go to a theatre, they might pull the curtains across and they might have a change of scenery, and that's where our word comes from. The background of something is called the scene. And even if you go, if you go out into the car and you see a beautiful landscape in front of you, say, oh, what beautiful scenery, and it comes from the Greek word skene. The first actor was a man called Thespis, and now if you're an actor, and you're especially a stage actor, you would be known as thespians or thesps. It's a sort of like a shortened, sort of cheeky way of saying it. Oh, he's a thesp, which means that you're a very you take yourself very seriously as an actor. Okay, so that goes right the way back in time to ancient Greece. And the chorus of supporting entertainers that would have been in front of the actors in the orchestra position, they would also do chanting and singing as they went through as the story unfolded. So they would give sort of more depth to the sound, but also they would call out if the hero is, for instance, in danger from a villain that was coming into the stage too. So there was sort of like a little bit of participation with the actors. So they weren't just acting straight at the audience. They was also sort of like almost like helping hand from the other entertainers. So today, your task is to read more about the amazing beginnings of our films, TVs, plays, pantos, theatre, all that type of entertainment that comes from ancient Greek theatre. Lots of our entertainment has links back to that time, so it's really important that we understand that this is the history, this is where it comes from. And you're going to answer some comprehension questions, so you read it first and then you can put those answers in full sentences into your books. And then after that you can design a mask with a particular expression. You might make it really, really sad and gloomy, or it might be worried, or it might be thinking. Okay, so I can be really excited with a big eyes open. Ooh. Okay, so all those brilliant expressions. Go to a mirror first and have a really good go at sort of picking out some expressions. Okay, go, oh, I'm going to do surprise. Woo, like this, and see if you can spot what your face does, and then reproduce that in a mask. That would be brilliant. Okay, I'd love to see some of those being sent through. So do your best with this today. I think it's going to be quite good fun, and you've got everything you need with your sheet, and then you've got a question sheet. There are 2 sheets on there. So you've got the first, which is pretty much most of the comprehension. So read that through, some bullet point bits at the end to break it up a little bit, and then you can answer your questions. Okay, that's it from me for now. You take care. Bye.